Got my rug. As a gigging musician, I believe it's very important to have a rug, or as a matter of fact, a few rugs, and I will tell you exactly why, what rugs I have, and how I use them. My brand new rug here. Let's open it. Look at this beauty. Is that pretty or what? Beautiful. When I started playing music many years ago, I would only bring like a guitar and an amplifier, a speaker, very few things. Now, many years later, I bring 2 carts full of gear. But one item that I consider as important as everything else is a rug. I find it very important to carry one. And I often see musicians arrive to the gig and they don't have one. I always think, man, I wish they knew how much better it can make their performance. Number one, the way it enhances the look of your performance. Having a rug in the ground makes your setup look, what's the word? Amazing, maybe? The wow factor from the people that arrive and see you performing. Hey, how you doing, my friend? A second reason to have a rug is it becomes a stage that tells people, this is my area, this is where I'm gonna work. It helps you know where your stuff goes. It's way easier to set up when you have a rug. You know, okay, the microphone stand goes right here, my stage camera goes right in the back of the rug. And also, once in a while you get that drunk person that really wants to come close to you, and by having a rug it's easier to say, can you please stay over there and I'll stay over here. We'll send you a couple more martinis. Many venues don't have a stage, at least here in Florida where I play. A lot of the venues I've been playing for years, they don't have a stage. So having a rug, it's having a stage. Here's another reason. Comfort. When you play music for a living and you do it often, you do it a few times a week, every week, throughout the years, you want to be comfortable. I perform standing up. You eventually feel it in your knees and your feet. So having a rug, it just makes everything more comfortable. Once in a while, I'll even bring a dishwashing mat. You put that under your rug and it becomes like 3 times even more comfortable than if I was in the bare floor. My gear doesn't slide. When you put your gear directly on the floor, it's very likely your pedalboard will slide. You put that rug, you don't have to worry about that. Here's another thing that I think you should consider is to have more than one rug, at least 2 rugs. I wanted to find the perfect size where I fit well, my gear fits well. That doesn't happen. Some venues, you'll have unlimited space. No way, it actually fits to perfection here. What the heck? Some other venues, you have a very tiny little space where you can set up. 3 years ago when I was shopping for a rug, I wasn't sure what color, what patterns I wanted. That's why I went to Instagram and I typed musician's rug, something like that, like gigging rug. I noticed a rug that John Mayer had in a concert and it just looked really nice, the pattern. Then I saw another musician with a very similar pattern. I looked underneath the caption and I saw it was by American Dakota. I sent them a message. I said, would you be willing to give me a deal on a rug and I'll talk about it in a video? Right away they responded. That's the rug I've been using for the last 3 years, my American Dakota, high quality, beautiful rug. 3 years later, I still love it. It still looks amazing. But like this other venue where I play, it won't fit. It will stick out too much where the servers could trip. And I recently contacted American Dakota. Would you be willing to give me another deal for a smaller version of what I have? Because I love the pattern of the Montreal Desert. And this time, instead of just giving me the same deal as before and not one, they sent me 2 smaller rugs. So I just want to thank American Dakota for sending me these beautiful rugs. I used one of the smaller ones for the first time at the smaller venue I play. It's just the perfect size, and now that I have the same look as my main rug, it's now kind of part of my brand, having that specific pattern. Alright, lastly, I'm gonna give you my experience using this specific brand, the American Dakota. They didn't pay me to make this video, they just sent me the rugs. As a musician, when I find a good piece of gear, I like to share it with other musicians. You get something of superior quality over other rugs. I found it's more comfortable than other rugs because it's thicker. It retains its shape. I lay on the floor. At first, the edges always point up a little bit like any rug. A few minutes later, it will lay flat completely. It doesn't fade. As you can see here, 3 years old versus brand new, the color is the same. And lastly, it doesn't fall apart. I've had rugs that the edges break, not with this one. I just wanted to make this video, show you what I got, why a rug is important. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I will see you in the next video. Cheers!
Thank you for dancing.